stop. That information is wrong. You're giving out incorrect information.
So I get a lot of beauty trolls, but when I got this finance and real estate troll, now that's exciting. Drayton Nay, so I see you are a self-proclaimed expert because of your Nevada real estate license. So I'm going to take my degrees, my hundreds of million dollars of transactions as a buyer and a seller, and take you to task on what actually happened in 2008 through 2011. It is an economic staple of the real estate market that when interest rates go up, housing prices will go down through the supply and demand curve. You're not dealing with cause and effect, you're just dealing with an analysis of effects. I'm going to tell you what happened in 2008 to 2011, because what happened during that time was a series of catastrophic financial events. Those events created such chaos in the market that it whiplashed the entire supply and demand curve. So let's talk about what happened. First of all, there was tons of speculation, incredibly loose lending practices, but most of all, there were these very complex financial instruments that were formed and traded that were directly tied to mortgage-backed securities. When that bubble burst, there was a severe downturn and prices plummeted. Number two, the level of subprime mortgages that were made to poor credit quality and high-risk mortgagees, was significant. When that all started to fall apart, that contributed to the demise. When those mortgage-backed securities that we just talked about were sold and traded, the financial institutions absolutely collapsed. Number three, that led to a massive credit crunch and super tight lending practices. So if you think about what happens to the money supply there's not a lot of money out there in the market, and not many people can buy homes because they don't have access to capital. So let's think about that demand curve for a minute. When money supply goes down, the supply of homes goes sky high, which means prices will start to drop. The recession ensued, and no matter what the central banks did to try to manipulate economic growth and interest rates, there was a period of immobility in the market. All of this was a huge deviation, and it was very atypical, and it basically stunted the curve and delayed it for 3 years. What actually happened, Drayton Nay, was that there was a financial crisis, which led to a recession, which led to a massive housing collapse of 2008 through 2011. And that's why you using 2008 through 2011 to explain interest rates and the movement of markets in any way, shape, or form is just silly. You're welcome.